Hi, and welcome back to my channel at Also Victoria, where I'm doing a what sold from June 18th to June 30th. And I sold 11 items in that time period. So let's see, I sold them on four of my shops. Two shops. I have two Etsy shops, Also Victoria and Cameron D. One is Collectibles, the other is Vintage Clothing. Poshmark, Also Victoria, and eBay, Victoria Also Victoria. So I'm going to put up here the gross, the net, the fees, and the cost of goods. For those 11 items for that week, my gross was $291.61. My net profit was $214.50. That's when you take out the fees and cost of goods. So the fees were $54.71, and the cost of goods was $22.48. And then at the end of the video, I'll tell you how much sold in each shop and what each shop earned. I did have one return. It was probably the shoes or something. I'm not quite sure. Oh, a pair of sandals. Okay. Anyway, so let me get started. So on the 18th in my eBay store, I sold this Club Z Collection, a Dragonfly denim shirt for $18, and I had picked it up for $2 at the Humane Society in Wairika. We went down to California, and I don't know when I picked it up, but I listed it in June of this year, so it took only 3 days for this to sell, which is cool. And I'm pretty sure I picked it up this last spring when we were down in California. And then on the 17th, because I started on the 18th, but on the 17th in my Etsy Also Victoria shop, I sold this muumuu, this pink musical print muumuu. It had the border print, a little moose. This was handmade. I sold it for $18, and I don't know where I picked it up, how long I've had it, but I listed it June of last year, so it took a year for that to sell. And I'm pretty sure I picked it up at an estate sales in a bulk buy of stuff, I think. I don't know. And then on the 19th, on my Poshmark closet, I sold this Adidas FIFA soccer federal, I can't remember what FIFA stands for, Soccer World Cup tee. This yellow, this really cool shirt, for $32, and I paid $4.49 for it at the Goodwill here in Ashland last year. Let's see, last August, and I listed it in September of last year. So it took a few months for that to sell on Poshmark. I also had it listed on eBay, I believe. It sold on Poshmark. And then on the 23rd, so nothing on the 20th, for 3 days. No sales for 3 days. And I think I wasn't listing very much. So, and then I list, and then I don't list, then I list, and I don't list. Anyway, so on the 23rd, on Etsy in my Cameron D shop, which is a collectible shop, I sold these two mid-century Pixie Elves. In fact, I had 3 different sets of these. So I sold them for $18. I do remember I picked them up at what they call Court Street Market in the town just north of here, or south of, yeah, north of here, where they have all the little vendor booths, mercantile vendor booths. And I'm thinking I paid $1 for these. I can't remember, but I know they weren't very much. So I listed them April of 2019, so they've been listed quite a while in my Etsy shop. So it seems like it takes longer for things to sell on Etsy, and also, once again, it just depends on how much you list and how much stuff you have in there. So anyway, back to on the 23rd on my eBay store, I sold this vintage Radcliffe robe, a chiffon robe, for $50, and I had it listed, I'm not quite sure what I had it, if I had it listed for $65, I can't remember. I paid $3 for it at the Salvation Army in Grants Pass, which is another town further north. So I think I went into that town one time for something, and I just hit all the thrift stores and I found this chiffon robe there. Radcliffe, I think it's an out of print company. There used to be this site on the web, somebody's blog, and they had a list of all the different lingerie companies that are still producing lingerie, the ones that are no longer producing lingerie, when they stop producing lingerie, and I can't find that site for the life of me to be able to date some of this stuff anymore. Anyway, I paid $3 for it at the Salvation Army in 2013. So that was, what, 7 years ago? I picked it up 7 years ago, and I listed it September of last year. So I had it quite a while, stuck in my studio with all the other tons of vintage clothes I have in my studio that I'll eventually get to and list and sell. I hopefully sell. So anyway, back on the 23rd in my Poshmark closet, I sold this Molly Bracken dress. It had the leaf pattern. This was a retail arbitrage. I picked it up in May of last year, so it was right when COVID, the shops after COVID started opening up again, because they kind of closed down for several months, and then they allowed them to slowly open up if you wear a mask, that sort of thing. So I paid $9.99 for this dress. I don't know what the original price was. Probably $36 or something. So I listed it for $30. Anyway, it was new with tags. Really cute dress. And I listed it June of last year. So it took a year for that to sell. And I bought quite a bit of other retail arbitrage from this store, Paddington Station. But so quite a bit of it's already sold. I still have some left. And then on the 24th on Poshmark, I sold this Thrasher Black Tea, really popular. I see it in Facebook when I scroll through Facebook, people take pictures or whatever. I see it out in the community, people wearing this Thrasher Black Tea. It was given to me by my son-in-law, so it didn't cost me anything. So I sold it for $13, and I think because there's so many of them, what's one more for $13? Anyway, he gave it to me 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and I just listed it May of this year, so it sold for $13. And nothing on the 25th, and then over on the 26th, this is what was returned from Poshmark, was the silver sandal. They were new with tags, so I sold them for $14. They cost me 50 cents over at a yard sale in 2019. And I had listed them in 2019 also, so they were listed for quite a while. But she returned them, and I okayed the return because I didn't notice, but on the inside strap there was some glue, like it was cracked. I think the glue made the inside crack. I mean, they were still wearable, but she was afraid they'd fall apart. So it's like, I didn't notice that they were that cracked. But yeah, definitely return them. So I still have them, haven't relisted them. I'll just hang on to them and then note that it is $14. Come on. Anyway, you want a pair of shoes that are gonna not break on you. Anyway, so also on the 26th on eBay, I sold these Echo Black Tea with this blue rhino thing print on it. That was really cool too. And so I sold that for $14, and I picked it up for $1.50 at the Habitat for Humanity store in Sisters, Oregon. Beautiful town. If you ever get there, there's a shop there that has the best fudge that I've ever had. And we buy a lot of fudge over at the coast, but this up in Sisters, up in the mountains, great fudge. So anyway, I bought it in November last year, and I listed it May of this year, and so it sold for $14. Cost $1.50. I think it was on the $2 rack, and then there was some kind of sale discount they were doing, which is cool. Otherwise, their clothes is not that cheap at the Habitat for Humanity, but their $2 rack. I sold a couple things I got off that rack. It's a good deal. And nothing on the 27th or 28th. And then on the 29th in my eBay shop, I sold this Charming Charlie black and butterfly dress, and this was given to me by my daughter, so I sold that for $14.50. It was really cute. And I don't know when she gave it to me, but I listed it May of this year, so it only took a month to sell. And on the 30th on my eBay, I sold this Burberry white shirt for $54.95. And I think somebody just bought it outright, or maybe I did a 10% discount on it. But the reason it was priced so low is because I think somebody tried to bleach this. And so the shoulder pads where the plaid, the brown plaid should have been darker. And the emblem, I think, should have been black, but it was a dark blue. So I'm thinking maybe somebody tried to bleach it out. There was really no stains on it or anything. And it was still nice quality. The fabric and everything was nice quality. You just didn't get that brown plaid or black emblem. Anyway, it sold for $54.95. Don't know where I got it. I'm thinking I got it. I don't know where I got it. I don't know. Anyway, I listed it May of this year, and it took a month to sell. And then the last thing on eBay was this Lands End purple dress. I sold it for $27.71. It was probably with a discount offer to a watcher, and I picked it up for $1 at my neighbor's yard sale back in September of 2020. And I listed it in June of this year, so it only took a few days for that to sell. 4 days. It only took 4 days for that to sell. Yeah, it was a nice quality. I think it was had tags too. I think it was new with tags. So, okay, thanks for watching or listening to what sold, the 11 items that what sold, and let me tell you what sold in each store. So one item in my Etsy Oso Victoria shop for a total of $18. One item, a collectible, in my Cameron D shop for a total of $18. 3 items in my Poshmark closet for a total of $75, and 6 items in my eBay shop for a total of $180.69. So eBay did pretty good for me for that week, and Poshmark didn't do too bad, only because I had 3 sales, so that was good. So if you like what sold, hit the like, hit the subscribe and the bell so you get notifications of my what sold, but you also get notifications of my hauls when I go to the thrift store and what I brought, and I will show that. So it's all in my playlist. So if you like just specific what sold or hauls, go to the playlist. When a new video comes up, just go to the playlist and you could see all that stuff there. And I do some travel videos of adventures in Southern Oregon, and where we go thrifting at all these little towns all over Northern California and Oregon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.